Hey everybody, how's it going? So here we are live from our thriving Chelsea location right here. Just kidding, this real estate sign has actually been here for about somewhere around 4 or 5 years. Every time I've passed by here, this place on 28th Street and 8th Avenue has been empty. This is always empty when I walk by. I was pretty surprised that they expected they were going to be able to rent this out given how large it is. It looks like a partition wall was put up inside of there. So I think that at some point someone may have finally gotten the idea that nobody has the money to rent 10 or 20,000 square feet in New York City at the rates of 200 to 300 square foot that they're typically looking for. This is right by FIT, and this is also right by the building that I used to use for my office space back in 2009 through 2011 on 30th Street and 8th Avenue. So we're going to take a look around here. A lot of the videos I've done so far have focused on the east side, but not given so much love to the west side. But this time around, we are going to be focusing a little bit on the west side, around 8th Avenue and such. We're going to take a look through and see how everything has been recovering. So this is building number 1 on 28th Street and 8th Avenue. And we're going to continue walking down the block and see what we see. This over here is the Castell Cafe. I'm guessing that since it is around 5 o'clock on a Wednesday that they're dead, because if it's 5 o'clock on a Wednesday and you're not open, then you're not paying rent here. But we are going to continue walking on and see what we get. All right, so before I even turn off the camera and turn it back on, we have a pizza restaurant over here that is actually a store for rent. So this looks to be closed. And this is right next to our dichotomy of indoor-outdoor dining that we did the other day. So this is the outdoor structure, and over here we have the indoor structure. So let's take a look inside this pizzeria over here and see what we have, and see what we have across along the street over here. So this is store for rent by owner. Looks like it used to have ice cream and pizza. Man, if you go out of business selling ice cream and pizza, that's sad, because you have what everybody wants. We're going to cross the street over here. Before we even go to another clip, we have a beautiful looking place right across the street over here, actually. Take a look at this. Look at how nicely people treat the neighborhood. You got your typical litter inside of a puddle over there, but that's par for the course. And take a look on the inside, see what we have. All right, looks like so they're doing something in there. Somebody's doing some work in there. You have a building permit that's actually not expired over there, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool for New York City. All right, so let's keep it moving. Keep it going. Over there, this is one of my favorites on the block. This is one of my favorites. That's a Taco Bell that's out of business, Erica. Take a look at that. Taco Bell can't afford. Look, they had to sell the bell. Look at that. See up there? The bell is all broken off. And it says over there that it is for lease. So even, it's not just a tiny small pizzeria that's a small business that's dead. A Taco Bell is gone. All right, let's keep walking down the block, see what we got, see what we got. All right, over here you have no sign, no for rent or for lease sign. Some paper up, so it's possible that somebody is doing construction with the idea of turning this into something. But right now, that is dead. Hey, Erica. Big selection of amateur Asian DVDs?
Yeah, this, yeah. Just move.
What? It's out of business. Let's see. Where's the amateur Asian DVDs?
It's upstairs.
Oh, it's upstairs.
Yeah.
What's this one?
I don't know.
This looks like it's for lease as well, and as you can see, there's a giant piece of graffiti on the window. God forbid a building be allowed to not look like shit. All right. Oh man, that's a sad entrance. Look at that. Look at that door.
Yeah.
All right, so this used to, actually, no, never mind. I thought this was Supreme Pizza, but that's the next block. I don't know what's going on over here. Looks like some construction. Gardenia Deli. They have some really good sandwiches there, and I'm glad they're still in business. This one scammer that I used to work for back in the day had what seemed to be a coke problem, and he managed to get someone from that deli to bring him like 10 or 15,000 bucks in a smock. This guy was 10 times better at raising money than I've ever been, ever. Like, and I mean, he passed away. He's one of those pieces of proof that the good don't always die young. But yeah, that place has really good sandwiches, really good stuff. And let's check out the rest of what's going on along the street. This place used to sell cheesecake. It says best cheesecake on earth, and I can agree. I used to eat the cheesecake here. It's very sad to see that they're gone. As you can see, covered with graffiti, because, you know, why not? This is Tempest Bar. Tempest Bar. This looks to be closed. The way you can tell that this bar is closed is because when you look in the window, there's plywood, not OSB, but plywood in the window. So that does not seem to be in business here. Amadeus Pizza, no! Oh, this place was amazing. They had good stuff. So there was a kind. This makes me sad. I really miss Amadeus. They had an amazing chicken roll, amazing pizza. This is before I went on to the lower carb diet. Oh man, this sucks. I didn't know this place closed. The guy that managed everybody here was so nice. He was such a good guy. Okay, temporarily closed, it said. Open at 50th and 8th. So what I'm guessing they did is that when the price of everything went down, they may have gotten priced out of here, or their landlord may have said, hey, you know that during that time that you couldn't have indoor dining, we may want all the back rent back. And they probably looked at the real estate market and said, we're going to rent the place way cheaper, and they did. I don't know. I can imagine a lot of places doing that, because while business was decreased, a lot of landlords, you know, they weren't forgiving anything. You still have to pay your full 10 or 20 or 30 or 50K a month. So it's not surprising to me that those places would leave. This is a really strange building across the street. That's a really old pizzeria that's been around for a long time. They make really good stuff. What's really strange about that is this entire building above appears to be empty, and I think the guy that owns the pizzeria owns the building. And none of those appear to be apartments that are used. It's very confusing, it's very strange, and I don't understand the mystery of that. Over there you can see that there's a Thai, Japanese cuisine, a Peruvian cuisine place that's closed. So along this block, this is pretty interesting, because you have to keep in mind, when it comes to prime real estate, Madison Square Garden is right over there. Madison Square Garden is right over there, as is Penn Station. That's where all the trains that come in from all around the country, this is where they stop in New York City. Penn Station. All the Amtraks all around the country, right next to Madison Square Garden. This is one of the most popular parts of Manhattan, one of the most expensive parts of the city. And if you look from the left to the right, everything on this block is closed. Literally everything on this block is closed. That Express Cafe does not look like anybody is inside, and the open sign is not lit up. The Peruvian cuisine is closed. Pad Thai is closed. Tempest Bar is closed. Best Cheesecake is closed. All you have is the wine and liquor store at the end, and this pizza place that is open, even though it seems like most of that building has not been touched since the Cold War. And also on this side, you have a beauty place that looks to be closed. But remember, this is an economic recovery. Look at that. Look at that. So this looks like it's dead. So there's nothing inside of here. It is for lease. And over here you have a Panda Express that's open. When you walk over to the corner, you have a spot that's closed. This is closed. But check this out. Check this out. Watch this. I'm going to look to my left, and what do you see? Building more real estate. So see, here's the thing. You don't understand. There's not enough empty space in New York City as is. More supply. So there's more supply being built. Now, typically, if you have rents that are too high because there's not enough space, building new space would absolutely make sense. I have no problem with that when it comes to a marketplace with supply and demand. But what you're doing right there is you're building more space that's probably going to be empty, because if all this shit is empty, then why is anybody going to want to rent that? That's going to be interesting. So as you can see, we got some more people here around the Penn Station, Times Square area. Not as many as usual. Usually when I used to walk by here, it would be hard to actually walk into Penn Station. It would be difficult to walk into Penn Station because there'd be so many people by the door. And as you can see over there, there's not a lot of people waiting by the door. Like, you could walk in there and it's not horribly crowded. But this is the post office over here. Don't be fooled by the fact that this is a beautiful building where it says, neither snow nor rain, nor gloom of night stays these couriers from the swift completion of their appointed rounds. By the way, anybody who watches The Honeymooners know that's not because of the post office, that's because the postman rides with Ralph Cramden. Anybody who watches The Honeymooners will get that one. But this is a really, really fancy looking post office, but don't be fooled. When you go inside, you'll get the same service you do at any other post office. Although I will say, it is an absolutely gorgeous and beautiful post office. So let's continue. We're going to walk onwards over here, and we're going to go to the next block. Now this block really only has a post office over here and Madison Square Garden over here, so you're not going to really see much in terms of closed businesses because there's no retail over here. So we're going to make it over to the next block on West 33rd Street, and then we'll continue over from there. This has nothing to do with real estate, but this over here is Tick-Tock Diner. I used to go here with my friend Jake in 2009. Anytime we were working on, because that was the year that he kind of branched off into having his own studio and being his own manager. He's a good friend of mine, and that was also the year that I started my own MacBook repair business. Every now and then when we hit a milestone and we had a day that did above average, we would treat ourselves to the most upscale dining experience possible by going to Tick-Tock Diner. And this because they were open 24/7. Because they're open 24/7 and they're downstairs from the New Yorker Hotel, somehow they can take about 45 minutes to an hour and a half to deliver you cold, horrible food that most likely came out of a microwave and charge top dollar for it anyway. And we would always keep going there for some reason. I don't remember why, but I have really good memories of kind of going there and because we go there every time that we accomplish some sort of milestone in our business. And I kind of miss it. I haven't been there actually since 2010. So it's been 2010 or 2011, so it's been a long time. So that has nothing to do with real estate. I just thought I would toss that in there. Okay, this has nothing to do with empty real estate. This is just me being jealous for a while. So it says tennis innovators. And when you look in, it's just people playing tennis. This is about 2 to 3 times the size of my store. And my store is on a street, not an avenue. So this being on an avenue closer to Midtown is going to cost more per square foot than mine. This has got to be at least $30,000, $35,000 a month. And somehow they're making this work with tennis. Now, how people practicing tennis are paying rent on that, I don't know. I'm just a little jealous, and I'll leave it at that. Over there you have a place called Essen Fast Slow Food, and it appears to have nobody walking in or out of it, and it also appears to have a lock on the door. So over there, as you can see, this little Sony is really good at zooming, and it has a lock on the door over there, which is not going to focus on because of all the cars going by, but oh well. So that place is a corner store. As I mentioned in some past videos, the corner locations are the ones that are supposed to be the prime real estate because you're going to get all this business. They couldn't make it work. And with that, we move on to the next block. I'm really curious how people playing tennis is going to pay the 30 to 50 grand a month that space is going to cost. Man, kind of wish I had learned how to play tennis at this point, but let's move on to the next place. Okay, we're on 36th Street, and there's a lot of death over here, actually. So you have this place over here that has nobody in the inside of it, nobody going in or out. There's a roast chicken place over there that says we are open, yet it's dark and there's nobody inside. And then you have Pax Wholesome Foods over there. And Pax is actually a really nice health food place. I'm kind of sad if they're closed too. I used to do house calls, and I used to travel all around the city. And every time I see a Pax, I know I'd be able to get something healthy to eat after my house call was done. So I really missed that the place if it's gone. I'll cross the street and take a look at that in a moment. Let's see what we got over here. So there's another place that looks like it is for rent. Another empty place over here. What do we got inside? Can't make out anything in there. There's some unsavory characters in front of the store for lease signs, so I'm just not going to put the camera on that. And okay, we're going to cross the street and take a look at the empty places that were over there. It's really interesting to me when you have these places that put these giant "We Are Open" signs, and then when you look at them, they're not actually open. Or maybe it's like a speakeasy or something. Maybe they put up the sign, they make it look like they're closed, but they actually are open, so they're, I don't know. I don't get it. See, look at this. What does this mean? Look, like we are open. Erica, do you get this? We are open. They didn't update the sign that they wrote down with a Sharpie. Yeah. Okay, look, like we are open. Another one. No, you're not.
Well, they're closed for the day. I mean, they're not going to be open.
At 5?
Yeah, they were obviously open recently.
You think? Okay, my bad then.
Look, they got pastries over there.
You're right. I'm incorrect. I am wrong. This place may actually be an open business.
It is open.
How do you make money when you close at 5, though? I'm more jealous of them than I am of the tennis place.
Other hours are open. Well, they got so much foot traffic.
How do you pay the like 30 to 40K to have a tiny restaurant here, and you're like, oh, it's 5 p.m. I'm done for the day. I'm going home. That's insane. Okay, you can't tell me this one's open though. Yeah, get out of here.
This one is open.
The city that never, we're going from the city that never sleeps to the city that closes at 5 p.m.
Yeah.
Azuki. What do we have in here?
They need their beauty sleep.
They need their beauty sleep?
They had a rough COVID here, so I don't blame them.
Okay, this one's open. There is actually a person inside of here.
What is this, Chinese restaurant?
There are 2 people
Chinese
eating.
Restaurant.
There are
Again, Chinese restaurant never closed.
Yeah,
Chinese restaurant.
yeah. Eric is shouldering me with this sense of pride.
That's true.
We never close. All right, next block.
Here, come over here. Let me show you this. See?
What is it?
Chinese people. Look at it. They said we're gonna make the sign saying we serve frozen drink. Even if they misspell it, they're like, we're gonna keep this stuff on. We're gonna make a correction, and yeah, we want you to know we're still trying to make money.
Well, I
That's a
appreciate.
Chinese hustle.
It is a Chinese hustle. I can appreciate it. All right. Next block. What are you more jealous of? The packs or the tennis place? That you could close at 5 p.m. and still pay your rent, or that you can make your rent by paying tennis on this block?
I'm jealous of the tennis place. You just got to make sure you vacuum the place, make sure you have maintenance, and people, you can hire someone for a minimum wage and it pays for itself, right? Seems like it unless they took out a loan.
All right. So what do we have over here? We have Cohen's Fashion Optical.
Which is under. Nobody needs glasses anymore.
Why does nobody need glasses anymore?
Well, it looks like they went under. So.
Luggage storage. Luggage storage is gone. 8th Avenue Lighting Co. I don't know if that's closed for the day or closed for good. Let's take a look at this side of the street here and see what we have. I'm fundamentally astounded by the amount of places, regardless of whether they're closed or not, that could be done for the day around 5 o'clock. I know.
What?
I'm avoiding eye contact with it. You don't have to.
Oh. I've never seen such sparkly eyes.
I can't tell if it's a fan or a mugger. So like when I'm doing a video, my instinct doesn't really work. So I just assume it's a mugger.
No, it's not a mugger.
And I keep it moving.
No.
All right, what do we have here? Cohen's Fashion Optical. Okay, Erica, tell me this one's just closed for the day. Where are the glasses? Where are the glasses?
They're under.
Exactly. All right.
No, so here, show the camera towards me. So yeah, what happens is like he crosses the street and you got people like that. And I know these people are like starry-eyed towards him, and
I don't look long
to
enough.
them.
I don't look long enough to figure out if it's a fan or a mugger.
No,
I just
it
keep
is.
it moving.
I mean, they're all goofy-eyed towards you.
All right, luggage. I love gifts.
Especially men.
She has to point that out. She has to point it out. Okay, that is done. 8th. Rub it in, Erica, rub it in. So, 8th Avenue Lighting. Retail space available. You know what I find interesting, Erica? That in an X lighting store, the lights are flickering. Do you notice that?
Yeah. You know why? Look, retail space available. Those are temporary lights too. That's not real lights.
All of those places are still in business. Those are all the gift shops. That's where you're going to find places selling an A1181 MacBook as new for $1,100.
Wait a second. That's not a gift shop. Look at the red light. Look what it says. It says MacBook repair.
What?
Yeah. Do you see? That's your
Oh, I
competition.
know that place. That's the guy that has that domain name like MacBook Repair in New York or something.
Sure.
No, he has a business, but his business name is a search term, and it tricks something. It actually tricks Google. that actually tricks Google into #1 results. Oh, there's all this shit that people say about how the search algorithm has gotten so much better. It's like it's so intelligent now. It knows exactly how to tell. You can't just keyword stuff anymore. That guy literally has a business name, MacBook Repair New York, and he's always at the #1. So he is like 180 IQ right there. He's smarter than me. I'm a dumbass. I named my business after myself.
Maybe you should sell T-shirts now.
Maybe I should sell T-shirts. No, but
I love doing
tip, if you're not creative, name your business after what you do rather than just putting your last name in. I kind of did what they did on that show Entourage. The guy couldn't come up with a name for his business, so he just used the Murphy Group because he was the only one there. It was only him. He didn't have another person. So he just called his business the Murphy Group. And me, I didn't have, every other business had a bunch of people. It smells like piss. I don't know why I stopped over here. But so I just called my business the Rossman Group, and it sounded, I used the one thing that I have going for me. I have a last name that seems high class, even though I'm not. So I figured I would just call it the Rossman Group. But that Google just looks at that and it's like, well, what are you talking about? So this is a really cool burrito place. It's my favorite burrito place in the city since Lucha was gone. And it looks like, for the safety of our guests and employees, this location is closed until further notice. Is this for the safety of your guests and employees, or is this because you can't afford to pay rent when the city shuts you down? I'm pretty sure that I appreciate that you're placing the reason on safety rather than on reality. But walk stop over there looks like they're closed. What happened, Erica? Yeah, whoever runs the brown paper bag store is doing really, really well. Whoever runs the brown paper bag store is killing it. Because
there's a dog peeing on the sidewalk.
Yeah, that's what dogs do, Erica. What, do you think he goes to the bathroom? He's a dog. Okay. Chinese kitchen. Okay. Monday to Wednesday, so it's Wednesday. It says 11 a.m. to 1 a.m. So you can't trick me.
Yeah, it's definitely on.
That is dead. The natural state of a 2021 New York City small business. Dead. All right, we're getting close to the Port Authority area here. So you have another one of these gift shop places again. The shit that you'll see in the window here. How are you? Oh my God, Erica. They have a GoPro 3. They have an iPhone 5 for $149. Holy shit. An iPhone 5 is fucking $37.
Look, they got the Samsung Galaxy 3.
Are you serious? No, point. You gotta be shitting me. Bro.
And they got the Note 3 too. I mean, I know I have an outdated phone, but that's
iPhone 5 for $149. iPhone 5, $149. Again, what we're...
Hold up a second. Look, you got the old Fujifilm camera.
This... I don't even know. That old Fujifilm?
Yeah, you see the disposable to quick snap?
If you want to go into like going to a New York City gift shop to buy your electronics is kind of like going on archive.org and just going back in time 10 years. But what's this? Okay, you got your financial services, Western Union, Pay-O-Matic, and your liquor store. So this block is rip-off gift shops, check cashing, liquor store. All right, what do we have here? West 39th Street, prime corner retail for lease. The brown paper bag man is doing really, really well for himself. What do we have inside here? Let's see if there's a place where I could sneak my camera in. Looks like this used to be maybe a food place. Actually, no, never mind. I thought that looked like a kitchen, but that may not be a kitchen. I don't know, I thought that was a kitchen for some reason. It looks like some open plumbing over there. That's a pret-a-manger. Look at the pret-a-manger. Pret-a-manger.
Oh, GNC is. Oh, I thought the GNCs were closed. They're not.
Prime retail for lease, pret-a-manger.
They're behind you. Not all the GNCs are
Wait, that's a place next to it. That's not just... This is closed. And then right next to it, the Pret a Manger is closed, so that counts as 2.
Pret a Manger is not closed. They close early. They close at like 3, I think.
All the Pret a Mangers that I've been to have been out.
Yeah, they close early.
We'll take a trip across the street to take a look. I thought all the GNCs were closed too. I guess they're not. Oh, that's cool.
Pret a Manger is still closed. Come on, let's go. Let's go.
Okay, well, let's make a bet, Eric. You think you say it's just closed for the day. I say it's closed for good.
Closed at like 3 last time I
Oh, how about this? I bet you 1 cookie. All right? Deal? Deal. 1 cookie. At that place by 45th Street and 9th Street, right by the Film Center building. One of those nice strawberry gluten-free cookies.
You're talking about Schmackberry or Schmackery.
Now you're gonna, yeah, that one.
But there's a bunch of cookie places around here.
I win, I get a cookie. You win, you get a cookie.
I want cookie from 2 different places.
You don't get cookie from 2 different places. That's not how this works.
Yeah, they're open. Yeah, they have to get rid of all their stuff at the end of the day.
And that looks like today's garbage, actually.
I think that.
Well, oh, you're not keeping customers safe. You ran out of money. Just be honest. Go on. Okay. Okay, so they're closed.
Yeah.
You owe me a cookie.
I owe
You owe me a cookie. A deal's a deal. Now, what do we have over there? The psychic is open, but the pawnbroker is closed. Kung Fu Kitchen is gone. Restaurant space for lease.
I love dumpling places.
Prime retail for lease over here. I can't wait to collect my cookie. Erica's dad's favorite newspaper over here, the New York Times. Let's see. The Hummus and Pita Co. Erica, remember this place? I took you there.
Yeah.
They're gone.
I remember we went up to the 2nd floor too.
Yeah. And the dumpling place is closed. Let's take a look.
Yeah, the dumpling.
That corner retail place is closed. The We Buy and We Loan is closed. The dumpling place is closed. The hummus and pita place is closed.
Well, how come the fancy perfume place is still around?
What fancy?
That fancy perfume. Who the hell is buying that much money in fancy perfume?
All those little shops, I'm convinced that they're money laundering something else.
All I know is you should
I'm
have made Rossman Perfume Group.
Rossman Perfume Group?
Yeah.
I probably would have made it through the pandemic better.
Huh?
No, I don't believe that any of those small places are making all their money. Like you pay 20 or 30K a month for some of these stores, and you're like wholesale selling iPhone cases and socks and perfume. Get out of here.
Hey, you
That's
know
some
what?
money laundering.
I think you're out of the loop because it seems like Samsung Note 3s are a big seller now.
Samsung Note 3s are not a big... That wasn't even a Note. That was a normal S3.
Yeah.
I had that phone in 2013.
Yeah, but
Get out of
do
here.
you have that in your front display window?
I
No.
don't.
That's why
Look, oh, Dwayne Reed, look at what is this? Did they not take this down from the last time they had their doors beat in? The Dwayne Reed right near my store had their doors and their windows broken open. This one looks like they literally never took their plywood down.
Or
So it's...
maybe someone looked at the door the wrong way and the door looked at someone the wrong way.
It's a dangerous time to be a door window, Erica. All right, this is the Port Authority area.
Hey, y'all gotta recreate that.
I had someone saying in the last video, you should walk by the entrance to Port Authority because that's where it's going to be really scary. And it's like, no, it's not. I've walked by here at 1 in the morning. I've walked by here at 1 p.m. And it's just people going to get their trains. That's the thing. I rag on a lot of things that I don't like about the city. The general culture of scamming and trying to get one on people. The attitudes. The shitty local government, how expensive and nasty everything is. But at the end of the day, I can't just make shit up. I was talking about how someone was saying that, like, if you can't walk by, why don't you walk next to Port Authority, and then you see how real danger is. And it's like, get the fuck out of here. You gotta be kidding me. All right, next block. There's not really much to see here, so since there's no real spaces for stores over here, besides whatever they stuff in a Port Authority, so I will be back in the next block. Another little Dwayne Reed pharmacy. It's been a year and they still haven't taken the plywood down. So let's keep it moving. Oh, that's a... This is or was a smash burger, but now appears to be a smash business. Okay, that was lame. I admit it. I ran out of good puns. Doesn't look like there's anything here, except Erica. Hello, Erica. Oh, here we go. Department of Buildings is here to make sure that nobody gets anything done. Stop all use and pipe scaffolding on exposure. This is good. So anybody who's had experience with the Department of Buildings knows that they're going to be. This is going to be like this for like the next 3 or 4 years. This is going to be like this for like the next probably decade. At the pace that they work at. All right, so. You have another place over here that has another work permit. And this, what is this actually? Let's see. Oh, it's going to be a 7-Eleven. Coming soon. Coming. All right. There's a Chick-fil-A next door. So this block isn't really so much dead businesses as it is businesses in limbo while they wait for construction that's likely going to finish by 2030. Next block over there, looks like we have a full floor office for lease. I'll be able to show you once the cars stop coming by, or the trucks. This block seems like it's in better health. I don't see any dead businesses upon first look, but we are on 43rd Street and 8th Avenue. The only people here are the people that can afford. 42nd Street is a two-way street, and it's also right by Times Square. So everything here is mostly going to be places that have insane amounts of money. And anybody who was paying rent in this particular area, I imagine, would have been able to weather the storm of last year. So this is a Mediterranean Grill. See what we got in here. No mask, no entry. You know, no business, no entry either. Let's see. Oh, what is it? What is this place?
It's an Asian dessert place.
Eric is only mad when the Asian places close. Another gift shop?
iPhone 6.
iPhone 6, $149.
Is that
Oh.
What about those netbooks? That's pretty old.
Those are old shit, Erica.
They're old? I don't even know the model number, just as HP.
Help the homies get a meal. Help the homies get a meal. Oh, I feel like
Here we go. The brown paper store guy has got some more business for himself over there. On first look, it didn't look like you had many dead businesses on this block, but you had 3. It's interesting because 3 is actually a low number for dead businesses on a block now, which is crazy. It's not that, wow, there's 3 dead businesses on this block. It's, oh, there's only 3 dead businesses on this block. See, like you used to have a bar and restaurant that took up 2 floors there. Office space for lease and sign for lease. Advertise here. Sign for lease. So the dead business is not only for rent, but also the sign space for the dead business. If they're not able to get someone to rent it, maybe they can at least get someone to pay to have a sign up there.
Yeah.
Okay, we have retail space available right across the street over here. Oh yeah. It's really crazy because I used to work at the film center, and it's just crazy to walk down this block and see everything gone. And yeah, it was 14 years ago. I don't know. Time flies. It really doesn't feel like that was 14 years ago that I was working in the film center building. I remember how vibrant everything here was, and now it's just so desolate. I don't know why I just crossed the street in the wrong direction when the dead business is over here, not over there. That's a retail space available I can't see and behind me. But over here is the retail space that I can see. Smith's Bar and Restaurant. See if we can look inside. Man, it really does look like... See that, Erica?
What?
It just kind of looks like a Resident Evil thing. When you look at it and there's nobody in there and it's dark, it has a very Resident Evil-ish vibe to it. Okay, so in this block, that space was for lease. Across the street, the restaurant I just showed you is for lease, and also the sugar factory over there is for lease. It's crazy. You'd really think that in this area, stuff would just get snatched up immediately. It's probably difficult to explain for people outside of Manhattan, but this is the reason this location is so sought after is because every train comes here. So Midtown around 42nd and 8th, you have the A, the C, and the E go to 8th Avenue and 42nd. The 1, the 2, and the 3 go to 42nd and 7th. The N, the Q, the R, and the W, back when you had all those three, I think they got rid of one of them recently. Yeah, there's no more, I don't think there's any more W. Those trains went to around Broadway and 42nd. The 4, the 5, and the 6 go to I believe Lexington and 42nd and Grand Central. So you have every single major train in the city, like 99% of the major trains in the city go here. Oh, the B, the D, and the F, I don't think there's a V anymore, all went here as well to 6th Avenue. So every single train in the city comes to this area. So if you want to get business, you can get business here from anywhere in the city because it's a convenient location to go to via train for anybody. They don't have to take 2 or 3 or 4 trains. They don't have to take a train and walk a long way. You take a train, you walk 1 block or 2 blocks, and you're here. So for there to be this much vacant real estate in this particular area of the city is kind of crazy given just how sought after this area is, to have all these things dead in this particular area. That's why I sought after this area when I first started doing business here. That's a margarita bar, and the other place next to it that was closed. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's 5 places on this 1 block. This is one of the most sought after blocks or areas in the city to have a business, just from a transportation standpoint. And you have 5 dead businesses on it. It's crazy. Look at this. You see? Used to be. There's a picture of somebody over there. It's weird. Okay, over there you have what used to be a pizza place. Right now we're on 45th Street and 8th Avenue. And then you have, oh man, look, this whole block really, honest. So you have Castell Cafe Pizzeria. You have retail space for lease, retail space available, another one that's empty. So this entire block, besides that gelato place and maybe the sushi place, looks like it's dead. Let's cross the street and get a look at that. To all our customers, sorry for the inconvenience. We will be closed until March 30th. Erica, you know what day it is?
A little bit.
Yeah, it's almost the end of July. So this has seen better days. I feel bad. I don't know the circumstances under which they closed or stopped doing business. Maybe they were shut down for a while. Maybe they just stopped getting the amount of customers they needed. And who knows? Unfortunately, they're gone. Sorry we missed you. For great pizza, sandwich, and salads, please visit okay, they have another location, so with any luck, maybe their other location survived. Okay, over here you have a sushi place. Erica, look, it's a sushi place. Oh, wait. What is this? What is all that? Is that like sheetrock or drywall all over the floor?
I don't know.
Oh, look, you have a nice hole in the wall over here.
Yeah, there's one.
Okay, so I thought the sushi place was open. I thought that the sushi place would be here. It says restaurant inside. I would dispute that. This is a gelato place that I will be collecting my cookie from Erica from, since she owes me a cookie. I'm glad this place is open. It looks like a middle finger.
Oh, it's a macaron.
All right, we're gonna go through the rest of this block, and then Erica's gonna get me a cookie. What? What flower?
You see the cone? You see how it looks like a flower? You see the stuff in the...
We'll get one in a few. Just gotta go do this one.
That thing's $8.
Yeah, it's a good thing you're buying. All right, so over here we have a retail space for rent. What did this used to be? Looks like a luggage store. I don't know how you can pay 10 or 30K a month in rent selling luggage. I really don't get it. Who pays that much for luggage?
You're in the wrong business.
What I always did is I would always go to Kmart and buy the cheapest shit anytime I needed it. Thor Equities. Thor. All right. You got your standard litany of work permits over here. Okay, for anybody who wants to say that this place only got shut down for COVID, let's take a look at these permits, shall we? Are you ready? So there was this one dipshit in the last video that said, Louis, you're being so intellectually dishonest. You realize that some of those permits got extended for 6 to 12 months because of COVID, right? Why do you keep pointing to the expired permits? All right, asshole. When does this expire? Wow. All of this shit expired 4 years ago. So, yeah, let's see. What does it look like on the inside? This looks like some creepy Parasite Eve 2 hallway. Parasite Eve 2 had a really good soundtrack, particularly that one thing that just kind of sounded like a lounge or a lobby. Parasite Eve 2 had a really good soundtrack. I'd highly suggest that you check it out. There's this one song and you'll know it when you hear it. That's awesome. A slice of New York pizza. Brown paper. Let's see. Does it look like it's just closed temporarily or a dead business? What do we got going on inside here? You can't really get a good view from everything being covered. So this block is just dead place after dead place after dead place after... Look, another place. Also dead, right next to it. We're up to 46th Street now. What is this?
Yeah, it looks like it's dead.
This is... It looks like it's recently dead, though. It doesn't look like it's been dead for a long time. All right. I'm gonna go get Erica a gelato. Erica, you want a gelato?
Oh, look at that pretty dog. I think, what is that? It's a laptop.
It's a very cute dog.
Huh?
Gelato?
Yeah, let's go grab one.
Gelato. This looks like a restaurant at the Rio Plaza New York Times Square Hotel. And it is completely empty around 6 p.m. on Wednesday. Over there, next to the Dunkin' Donuts, you have an available space. This is on 46th Street. And down there, you have a souvenir and gift shop that appears to be closed as well. Perhaps they ran out of Samsung S3s and iPhone 5s to sell for $150 to $250. This is the Theater Buffet restaurant, but it's completely closed. And interesting. That one says Phantom of Broadway, but it also says now available by some realty group over there. Now there was a store that I showed you guys last year, around the autumn time. And that store was going for $75,000 a month, and it was a gift shop similar to this gift shop. I think what they're doing is they're allowing the gift shops to stay there even though they're not paying full rent, as long as they pay something, until they can finally find someone who's able to pay $75,000 to have a gift shop. All right, as we continue to walk down the block, we look to our right and there was a dead place, and now we look to our left and was also a dead place. For rent, no sign of what this was prior to being shut down over here. For rent, with the guy's number written in a Sharpie.
Words of affirmation is true. A lot of people don't say,
Oh, another gift shop, Erica.
No, words of affirmation means...
You want me to replace your aging MacBook with an A1181?
No. I will take the M1 MacBook. I want to upgrade that.
You're not going to find that at one of these gift shops. Huh?
I don't want a severe downgrade either. I want to upgrade, not downgrade.
All right, we're at 48th Street over here. It looks like this was the Brazil Grill at one point in time, but is now a place that is boarded up. And somebody wrote some stuff over there that you could barely make out. Looks like they couldn't even get graffiti right. Across the street, you have a fire station. Let's see what we have when we walk past, walking towards 49th Street. There's a Hilton over there. Okay, it looks like a gift and luggage shop that's out of business over there. Again, the lights are off and they're closed at 6 p.m. You guys are done, and if you're not done, you will be done soon. Over here, it looks like you got a club of some sort, club or a bar. Very, very fancy looking inside there. Very fancy looking. And in here, you have another store for rent. That was a lot of plastic surgery right there. Wow. Anyway, this looks like it's just a plain Jane store over there. Looks like you may have you got a pegboard over there. Actually, I thought that was an opening on the other side of the building for a vehicle at one point, or a loading dock. That was just me being silly. You have a clothing store trying to be edgy. So over here, just this is not that dead, actually. Let's see. Wow. Open, 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 open. Whoa. Now this is a block. Okay, this is really open. That's pretty busy in there. Okay. Let's see what we got on the next one. There we go, a little bit of retail for lease over there. Let's take a look at what the other side of the street looks like. And over here. So we had to make up for the fact that we had one block where there weren't that many dead businesses with a block that's full of them. So you have retail space available over here. This is a fancy looking building, so this is probably going to be available for a really long time, because I don't imagine that they want anything remotely reasonable for this. Yeah, it's a little too fancy over there. I love when people wear the face mask as a chin bra. I really didn't have much problem with like in the beginning of the pandemic, before I got vaccinated, I wore masks anytime I was around people or indoors. Never did the chin bra thing, though. The chin bra doesn't make much sense to me. So that is dead. That whole area is dead. This is another pret-a-manger. Pret-a-manger, or whatever the hell you pronounce it. Pret-a-manger. Nobody here. Dead. That's what you said last time, Erica.
No, they really are. There's food on the shelf.
Okay, maybe they are. Maybe I'm just jealous that they can stay open, but closing so early. That says Soho Park, and it's closed. What is Soho Park? That sounds like a parking space, but but it looks like a restaurant. Soho O Park?
Yeah, that's the name.
Huh. That's a fancy looking place over here to live. You guys would probably have a heart attack looking at an ad for one of these apartments over here. Well, I'd have a heart attack looking at the cost of the apartments over here. Let's see, what do we have over here? Soho Park identification required to entry. Oh, there's a person inside here, Erica. They are open. It's a private club. They're all staring at me like, what the fuck is this jackass doing walking up to our window with a camera? Understandable. Okay, on the other side you have a Rite Aid pharmacy and a bank. The pharmacy does not, that's a Rite Aid. So they don't have any boarding put up on their doors. I guess they did better with that situation than Dwayne Reed did. Ooh, work permits that haven't expired yet. Sexy. Okay, we're gonna walk up 51st Street to 52nd and see what we find over here. My battery is still almost full, which is crazy. And no crashing because I have my new SD card that I got with my coconut. Thank you. You came with me. You reminded me to get that. Ready, Erica? I think I may have screwed up and either dual recorded a clip or not recorded a clip. So sorry if there's a weird edit here. So you have another store for rent over here. This is on 53rd Street. I miss 53rd Street. I used to work on 53rd and 10th at Avatar Studios a long time ago. That was a job that gave me immense pride. I was an intern in 2007 and a tech in 2008. I remember when I went from working for free to getting $7.50 an hour. I used to walk around thinking that this was I worked at the best studio in the world, and I was a small part of the reason that place was still in business. Yeah, so it looks, I can't really tell what this place used to be, but I can see that it's nothing right now. Sorry about that. And I used to love coming to work here. Even though the pay was $7.50 an hour, and in the beginning it was $0, I would just go there realizing I work at the best place. I work at the best studio in the world, and I'm part of why the best studio in the world is able to function. And even if I was leaving at 2 or 3 or 4 in the afternoon, 4 in the morning, I'd still have this sense of pride on me that I don't think I've had since I worked there. It's really sad that it's gone now. I think it got bought out by Berkeley or something. There's this one guy there, Roy Hendrickson, that really instilled in me this. It wasn't even like stuff that he taught me, just a philosophy. There's nothing college can teach you that you can't learn yourself if you really want to learn it. And it was very instrumental to me early on in believing that I could learn how to do things that I thought I couldn't. And it kind of got me to stop making excuses, because he engineered and did all this crazy shit, and people would laugh at him for the things that he said he was going to put together or do, and he'd always make it happen. And I don't think he went to college. I got to reach out to him and see if he's still there. I want to be able to see that place just one last time before I'm out of the city. So this used to be a GNC. I believe GNC went bankrupt, even though there was one GNC store that I saw that was still open. So, but this one, all the GNCs in the city seem to be closed, including this one. There's only one here that I actually saw. So that was closed along with the store next to it. Over there you have what looks like it used to be a place called Cascade, a cafe. Again, I tend to assume that these are closed for business because I just refuse to believe that with the amount of rent you're paying on 54th Street and 8th Avenue, that you could be closed around 6:30 on a Tuesday, and just, I don't buy it. There's no way in hell that you're paying your rent. So I'm gonna imagine that that place is closed or soon to be closed. We're gonna go on to the next block and see what we find. We're gonna be close to around the 57th Street or 59th Street area where the park is. And once I get there, I'll turn around. But I'm really surprised to see how many places are closed here. Again, in all the other smaller areas of the city, I get the smaller enclave-like places closing. But when you're like 42nd and 8th Avenue, that's the center of New York. That is, whoa, look at that guy run. Usain Bolt right there with the light red as the cars are crossing, runs for it, and he's still alive. Anyway, I don't know if you guys caught that. I'm a poor cameraman. But I really didn't expect there to be this many places closed in this part of the city, just because this is the intersection of every single train line in the city. So if you can't make it in business here, you're done. All right, so this block actually appears to have everything in business so far. Everything here appears to be in business. I don't see anything out of business here, except for maybe that real weird skyscape place, but I don't know what that is. I don't know why they have a cursor up there. If this nail place is in business, this shoe place looks like it's closed, but they're not closed permanently. They're just closed right now. You have an open wine and spirits place. You have Barcelona Bar. You have a dry cleaners. Okay, they're closed for the day, but you could see that they still have people's orders in there. I see there's one ticket over there that looks like it's recent. So this is open. Okay, come on. What? No. Oh, Erica. We almost had one block of no closed businesses. Damn it. I thought we would have had one block. It's been 24 blocks. One block with no closed businesses. So we have Hale and Hardy. I remember this place, really nice soup store. Okay, so they moved around the corners, but I still count that. This is closed. Retail for lease. We had one block where there wasn't a business that was a corpse. So close. So close. When you look inside, it is indeed dead. All right, we'll move on to the next block and take a look at what's on 55th. All right, so over here on the next block, it looks like everything is open, including the Popeyes. All right, so Vitamin Shop, Outlast at GNC, Rumors Grill, as a standard, typical outside for a bar. The Bread Factory Cafe, this looks dead. Let's see, what does it look like on the inside? I actually remember this place. I remember when I was leaving Ripley Greer's studio after meeting Craig Derry and Clarell Henderson a long time ago. Some really good vocal coaches. Good vocal coaches, by the way. If you want to learn how to sing or become a better singer, Craig Derry, Clarell Henderson. Craig Derry, Clarell Henderson. Very interesting people. So this here is what looks like used to be a Bread Factory Cafe. So this is dead. They did actually have some really good food here. But yeah, as you can see, it is dead. I think that may be the only dead place this block. Never mind, I was memeing. Okay, what is this? Cancun 1982? Sorry. What do we have here? Let's see. Yeah, that looks pretty dead to me. Not sure what's up there, but that is dead. Okay, so we have two. Now, as you can see, this area seems to have less dead businesses than the rest. And I would kind of expect it because as you get closer to Central Park, the real estate actually gets exponentially more and more expensive. So the places here, they'd have to have so much money already to be able to rent here that I would expect them to be slightly better off weathering the storm of COVID than other businesses. Because again, you have to be rolling in cash to actually be able to afford anything over here. So it looks like this block had about 2 dead spaces, which is not the record. I think 1 dead space is the record. But it's getting a little healthier as you get to this area. But we're very close to what's called Billionaires Row. There's a block here called Billionaires Row, a little bit up and east. Okay, when you get over here, you have Cushman Wakefield with a premier ground floor corner retail availability. Let's see, what do we have in here? Looks like it used to be a crepe place, crepes and soups. See, it was set up as a restaurant. And we're just about done with this tour. So 57th Street is up ahead. I'm going to stop at 57th. 57th is another one of the major two-way streets around here. So you have, the way it works is you have 14th, 23rd, 34th, 42nd, 57th. In terms of like for the Midtown Manhattan area that I've worked in for the past like 13 or 14 years. Those are and as you are closer to those particular streets, it gets more expensive and it's more fancy. So this block over here doesn't have anything empty. You have a Chipotle over there. a TJ Maxx over here. Actually, never mind, I just lied, because there was that place that used to serve crepes and soups down there that's empty. So as you could see, we've walked through one of the premier areas of New York City in terms of real estate. One of the premier areas, which is around 30th Street to 57th Street on 8th Avenue, particularly around 42nd. That's pretty much the center of everything. And you can't go a single block without finding a dead business. Every single block has a dead business. Some blocks have more dead businesses than live businesses, even when you are near Penn Station and Madison Square Garden. So the Penn Station, Madison Square Garden area is where you're going to find, by the way, check it out. I got a proper thing for my microphone here. Look at this. Look at this. Professional. I'm not using a piece of packing foam anymore. So this is the area where you're going to have more foot traffic and more availability from the subway to virtually any place in the city, and everything is still closing. Like literally every block has at least one dead business, and many of them have 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 dead businesses. Some blocks have more dead businesses than live businesses. And do you think that the rent is ever going to go down here?